Hey, welcome back to our Heroes of Mormon walkthrough. I'm going to go over how to initiate a battle using fortitude, because not every battle has fortitude involved, but a fortitude would be used, or the war numbers are going to be used when we have a fortitude score of 3 total on any given side. So we do have 6 here, so we have 3 already. And then the Lamanites have a total of 2 and 1, that's 3, so they also have the ability to use that war number in this attack. So in order to initiate an attack, we do need to use a card from our supply pile. We've already gone through the supply phase where we totaled up the cards here, and we added 1 for us being the captain, and then we put them down here. So that's 1 for the supply phase. We've already done attrition attacks, which there were none to do because there were opposing troops here, and we couldn't do any attrition attacks here because we had no troop station. So that's how that works out. Now we're already to the past the deploy phase. We could have deployed more cards here at this time, but we didn't have any to deploy down, and now we're going to just attack. So I use 1 card on my use pile to attack. We have, if we look at the cards here, we have Captain Lehi. Captain Lehi is able to give us a +1 to strength on any non-captain or kings, and so I'm going to be able to add another 1 to our strength score because Ammon is not a captain, and so we have a strength score of 12. Okay, so that is good. We're already off to a good start. Our 12 versus their 5 + 2, that's 7. Okay, so our 12 versus their 7. And then what we're going to do is add up the war numbers on top of that. So I already have, again, 12 on this side. I take the top card from the reserve deck, and the top right-hand corner is what we're going to be using for the war number. This is also going to be used for the casualties of war as well. So I add 5 to this already 12. That's going to make that a total of 17. And then on the other side, we have 4. And so we go ahead and we add our 4 to the 7, and so we end up with 11. So we have 11 versus 17. That is a difference of 6. Okay, so 6 has to be lost for the battle that just transpired here. Okay, and that has to be done on the Lamanite side. So they lose a total of 6. Instead of losing, for example, this has a loss value of 2 on this, I would still have to lose 4 more cards. And that's a lot of cards to be losing. I'd end up be losing like 5 cards. And that might not be as good as losing just 1 card, even though it's a really good card. This one would satisfy with the 8 all of my losses, okay? So I have to lose a total of 6, okay? Because it was 17 versus 11, right? So I'll go ahead and just put this into the loss pile on the Lamanite side. And we'll go ahead and just put it here off to the side just for now. That's how that kind of works out. Since the top number is 5, for example, and they've already lost a total of 6, the casualties of war has also been satisfied for the Lamanite side. Now this is where it gets just a little tricky. On the other side, since there was enough fortitude to draw a war number, there was casualties of war sustained even on the Nephite side, and they're going to lose a total of 4. They can do that either in the forfeit value of the cards, or they can lose a total of 4 from their hand. Again, I want to keep my heroes here. I do like these 2 heroes. They're pretty powerful, and they jive well with what I want to do for the overall flow of things. So if that be the case, I'm going to be losing 4 cards from my hand instead. So I'll be losing a character card, maybe a weapon, maybe a city, and in this case, Captain Benjamin. Now you see Benjamin here is not done as far as the picture is, but the card is complete. This is why we need help and funds for the Kickstarter, so that we can get the remaining artwork done for the pictures in our game. So this is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. This is 100% as the funds that are going to be raised for the Kickstarter are going to be used for our backers to get them the rewards and to get the art fulfilled, and that's what we're going to be using it for. So King Benjamin wasn't in the Living Scriptures original masterpiece that they did with the Living Scriptures Book of Mormon series. So we still need a little bit of work done here. We got some bow and arrows that we're going to do. The city of Gideon wasn't there, so we got some work we got to do there still. But I'm going to lose these 4 cards in order to fulfill this casualty of war here. So even the Nephites end up sustaining some losses here, and I'm okay with losing these cards. For example, I'll just go ahead and lose those. Oh, and when you do lose them, whoops, this goes into the loss pile face up. Okay, that way both sides know what is lost. So and then now, since I've already satisfied the loss here, I'm going to put that into the loss pile as well, and that concludes this battle. So there are other things to consider, such as weapon attacks, but we're going to cover that on a different segment.